Welcome back to Supers Live. Glad you could join us here tonight. We are getting ready to go with our post race, and we've got our winner, Rocket Rob Warren. And Rob, congratulations. Moving right up there now, sitting in second place overall for Crazy Canuck Snowball Derby wins. You dominated this show here tonight. How tough was it to get into the lead early on there around Keith Powell and then hang on through the cautions we had this evening at Mosport?
Well, I got to say a huge thank you to Keith. He easily could have nudged me out of the way. I got a great jump going into turn one. Got to the bottom coming out of turn two, and then it was a matter of minding my manners and hitting marks. And I didn't hit them all. I had several faux pas in that race, but I got lucky enough to have a decent enough gap between myself and the guy running second, and I think it was Keith the whole night. I couldn't really tell. I was more concerned about what's coming on going into turn one than what was going on behind me in turn four down the straightaways. But great race by the guys. What a fun run. This is a challenging track. It's a driver's track. It's so technical and difficult. It's so easy to overdrive your corner exits. And for the most part of that race, I was telling myself, the guy behind you can't gain a tenth, but you can lose 2 or 3 in this corner. The guy behind you can't gain a tenth down this straightaway, but you can lose 2 or 3 tenths going into this corner. And so that kind of mantra was going through my head the whole night. Real quick, I want to say thanks to Cindy Luhu and Icings on Top, Kevin Breeze Graphics for all his hard work. Man, what a job he's doing on the broadcast. All the guys that made it in and all the guys that couldn't make it in for whatever reasons, hoping the best for them. I hope everybody had a fantastic and Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. And thanks to you, Bob, for all the hard work you put in. I know it's never easy trying to plug 18 microphones into 4 ports.
That is true. Well, Rob, congratulations. A good run for you here tonight at the Crazy Canuck Snowball Derby, doing everything you could to keep that points championship alive on Keith Powell. And you'll get ready to go to where you'll try to defend your win at the Terry Gibson Memorial next week. We'll see you in Sandusky, Rob.
Yeah, buddy. There's nothing more important than having nice, tight, close, clean racing. And when you have the group of guys that we got, that's pretty easy to do. Tight, clean, close, championship racing. I don't think there's anything more nerve-wracking, and your second place finisher might be able to bring you up to speed on that. Congrats on second, Keith, and third, Brad, and all the rest of the guys. It was a fun race.
Rocket Rob, your winner here tonight. A good run for him. Let's talk to the guy that finished in second place and was part of the Team Challenge champions. Keith put one on you, pal. Keith, second place, a distant second place for sure, but part of the Team Challenge champion with your partner, Nelson Rodriguez. Congratulations, Keith. Trying to keep damage control rolling here in the points championship. You did it here tonight at Mosport. How tough was it out there?
Oh, it was tough. Rob and Nelson both got a great jump on the outside at the beginning of that race. And I actually fell into third coming off of turn 2, and a lap or 2 later, Nelson got all kinds of sideways coming off 2 down that back straightaway. And I went high, and I entered 3 a little high. I wasn't exactly sure if he was there or not. Then that double A pair 3 or 4 is really tricky coming off of 4, but I was in second, and then for the first half of the race, I just had to try to hang on to second. Fast guys with Nelson and Kyle right behind me. And then about halfway through the race, the car was still really good. It kind of came into its own, but Rob just dominated this race. Hats off to him. You know, he was just wicked fast out there the whole race. I mean, he'd push in one corner, he'd get a little loose off two once in a great while, but the very next lap he was right on it. I just couldn't do anything with him. So, congrats to him. Congrats to Brad on a great race, finishing third there. And, yeah, me and Nelson pulled this one out. It's a fun, neat, weird kind of format. It was fun. Had definitely fun tonight, and want to give a shout out to Supers and First Finish Race Servers. Thank you, Rob, and you know, for getting it every week, just getting it set up so it runs flawlessly for the most part. And thank you, Kevin and Breeze Graphics, man. These videos look great. So glad everybody can make it in tonight. Was bummed my teammate couldn't make it in. Just, you know, work and what that entails, you know. But yeah, just pretty happy coming home second, and we'll just keep chasing after Rob throughout this deal.
Keith Onion Powell comes home second. His teammate in the Snowball Derby Team Challenge, Nelson Rodriguez, finished fourth. Nelson, you had a pretty good show out there tonight. You were right there with Brad Keyser for a good portion of the race. You and him going back and forth, and then it looks like maybe the Star Speedway machine faded after the halfway point, but at the end of the day, scored enough points tonight to come home with your first Team Challenge Championship at the Crazy Canuck Snowball Derby. How's that feel?
I'll tell you, when I started the night out, I figured I was probably a third, fourth place car. And when we got the jump on Keith, I said, well, I'll just stay out there, and when he wants to get on by me, I'm going to let him go, because I'm teammates. We got to make sure we win this thing. So I messed up a corner. I heard him on the outside. I said, oh, I hope he gets by soon. He got by me. I just followed him behind, and then me and Brad were fighting it out. And like you said, the second half, the car just went away a little bit. Probably the setup wasn't really perfect, but I knew if I kept those guys right there and no one got by me, we had a good shot at winning this. So we did well. And I'd like to thank Icing's on Top and Breeze Graphics. You can't ask for two better sponsors of a race. Thanks to them again.
Nelson Rodriguez is part of your Crazy Canuck Snowball Derby Team Challenge Championship team with Keith Powell. Well, we're going to wrap things up here tonight now from the Mosport Speedway north of the border in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada, our only run north of the border this year. You want to make sure that you come back next week, because we've got a special race in store for you. The 11th annual Terry Gibson Memorial. It's a NASCAR heat race, and it's we run 2 nights of NASCAR Supermodified sim racing from Ohio. We remember the late Terry Gibson, who lost his life racing a Supermodified at Toledo Speedway in 2008. Rob Warren is your defending champion of that. Last year, Steve Callahan picked up his first ever win at Sandusky Speedway in the Fast 50, the Terry Gibson Fast 50. After trying since 2005, Steady Steve picked up the win. A heck of a race again last year between Rob Warren and Keith Powell for the win. The last 3 or 4 of these races have been phenomenal and right down to the wire. We expect this year to be no different, with a good contingent of the drivers from the Heat Finder, ARL leagues, potentially racing in this event. And you can do the same for free. The Silvercrest division is our NASCAR Heat division, and as long as you register to race and have the mod in the track, you can go racing with us here at SUPRS. If you'd like to run for the gold like Rob Warren and Keith Powell, you can become a member, and all you have to do is make a donation to the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Supermodifieds. All those donations go to help injured Supermodified drivers and their families in times of need. Families like Terry Gibson's benefited from the Dion Parish Memorial, and also to Dave McKnight tuning in tonight, a real Supermodified racer on our Facebook page, and another driver that benefited from the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Supermodified. So it's a good donation. SUPRS doesn't keep any of the money. It all goes into the kitty to help injured drivers, and when you make that donation, you get to run for the gold and all the awards here at SUPRS. So tune in next week for the 11th Annual Terry Gibson Memorial, January 8th and 9th, starting at 9 p.m. each night. And we'll also be streaming here this week for our Sunday night test and tune. You'll get to see some of those drivers tuning up and getting ready to go for the Terry Gibson Memorial. So if you're on Twitch and you're not following us, hit that follow button and you can be notified of whenever we go live, whether it's a test stream or a race stream. You'll get to see it here on Twitch and on supers.net. So for First to Finish race servers, as well as breezegraphics.com and Icings on Top, we want to thank all of you and say congratulations to our winner, Rocket Rob Warren, at the 15th Annual Crazy Canuck Snowball Derby. He let the snowballs fly, and he sure did keep it wing side up and wheels to the ground. We'll see you next week for the Terry Gibson Memorial NASCAR Heat Race. Thanks for watching.
Someone you love, and if you're going through it, I say do it with someone you love. I've been around a long time, in and out of love, but if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love.